Hey guys, Caution True Gamer here, and today we're doing a brand new video of Backyard Martial Arts episode 4, and in this episode we're doing breathing exercises. This will help with asthma, anxiety, and stress. So what are the exercises we're going to be doing?
Okay, I'm going to do two exercises. I'm going to do a praying hands and I'm going to do the alternate nostrils. Okay, so a praying hands is easy. You put your hands together like you're going to pray. And you see it's right at the center of my chest. And I'm going to bring it up to my forehead. And when I bring it back down to my chest, I'm moving my hands to my fingertips. And when I do that, my elbows are going to be up in the air. And at the same time, I'm going to breathe. I'm going to go up like this. So I just take deep breath. Okay, now most videos that you watch will tell you hold it for 4 seconds and let it out. You can do that, but you don't have to. Just breathing in and out, deep breath is enough. You're working out the muscles in your lungs. So most of your breathing is from your diaphragm. 70% of your breathing comes from your diaphragm. So you always suck in your gut as far as you can to inhale like this. You hold it and you always let it out slow. Now you do it however much you want. I usually do 50 to 100 repetitions, but you could take your time on it because it's you, it's your time, and just get lost into doing it. And it makes you feel good when you breathe this. A lot of people forget to take a breather throughout the day. That's why we get stressed out. As human beings, we always forget to breathe. You know, we naturally breathe on our own, but we gotta breathe when you're running. You gotta learn how to breathe and pace yourself. When you lift weights, you gotta breathe. When you do yoga, you breathe. You gotta breathe so the oxygen gets in your bloodstream, gets to your muscles, gets up to your brain. And I used to have asthma when I was 12 till I was 18, so it was rough. So this helps. This is a good workout for your lungs. Here's another breathing exercise we do. We alternate to the nostrils. Where people will inhale in one nostril and plug the other one up like this. And exhale out the other one. And they just take turns. That's pretty much it. And another exercise is you could blow up balloons. It's a good exercise for your lungs. Work out the muscles right inside your lungs so they expand. And swimming. Swimming is good, and you breathe when you swim. When you're paddling, you turn your head, you breathe. Especially if you get underneath the water and do a couple exercises, you're working out those lungs. Also helps when you're in a track. I used to run track in high school and I was a distance runner. So I would go swimming too just to build up my lungs so you can last longer. And having asthma, I was fortunate enough to outgrow it. Not many people get to, but people outgrow it. And I owe a lot of that to martial arts because martial arts has a lot of benefits.
And the benefits are helping with A.D.H.D,
Yes.
A.D.D, and asthma.
Yeah, asthma.
And it prevents diabetes.
Yeah. So asthma helps a lot of that because it gets the endorphins in your body flowing around with all the exercises you do. So it helped with my asthma. I was also borderline diabetic. They don't call it borderline nowadays. They call it type 1. But as a kid, they said I was borderline. So I had to be active. I had to work out, and martial arts is good for that. So you can get involved. I encourage you to get involved in martial arts, not just to defend yourself, but to relieve your stress and benefit your health. And you're exercising your body. You know, it's a way of life. And what I remember growing up, I remember Jackie Joyner Kersey, she was a Olympics gold medalist. She used to have severe asthma. You know, that was one inspiration for me. Also with Boss Rutten, everyone knows him from the martial arts world. I remember in a documentary he said he had asthma. So yeah, you can outgrow it. Some don't, but yeah, stay exercising and always stay on top of your medication. And you got any more, Brian? Would you like
I'm
to say?
pretty good.
All right.
Hey guys, Caution True Gamer here, and we forgot one part of our video, but it's going to be added into the part that you guys were just watching. We just happened to be in a backyard house. Same thing, but he forgot one part, and what part did you forget?
I forgot to talk about my elevation mask.
And what's that?
Well, this mimics the elevation. You put it over your mouth and you breathe. So it makes it harder to breathe. And when I went to California and I used to do sports out there, I started learning about elevation. You know, there's this below sea level. When you come up to the Midwest, it's higher. So if you ever see like Oakland Raiders play against Denver Broncos, you might see some of the players have oxygen tanks. It's because they're not used to that high elevation where they're at. Another thing is when I used to wrestle in high school, we would go up to a tournament, this place called Rim of the World, and they were up in the mountains. They had an advantage against us because we would get tired, worn out, sometimes feel dizzy because they were used to it. The elevation was higher and they were used to it because they live up in the mountains. So that's what this does. It mimics that, and it's also a good workout for your lungs. So nowadays this is becoming a big thing, and not just the martial arts world, but all types of athletes are using this. So they put it on while they're lifting weights, while they're running, you know. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. This is good, how building up your lungs. So elevation mask, get one, try it out, and when you try it out, you might not be used to it. You feel like you can't breathe. Just walk around in it, get the feel. And whatever workouts you're into, put this on. It'll help. And another thing is, growing up with asthma is the doctors would tell me if I'm gonna go outside to cover up my mouth. As a kid, you know, you don't listen, but you end up getting congested and it's hard to breathe. So my other advice to that is, if you go outside and it's cold enough to see your breath, then you should probably cover your mouth with something so you don't have an attack and start wheezing. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Bye guys.